Welcome to Kung Fu Addict number 2 and Instagram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a differentiation between Kung Fu and Karate. Alright? Now, there are 10,000 styles of each or more. However, when you get into the fights where you have to actually use it, you will have to learn how to fucking adapt. If you learn how to adapt, you will be successful. If you don't learn how to adapt, you will probably get hurt and be on the ground, or you're going to sleep, or worse, you're going to the morgue. So first, let's start off with when to change karate into kung fu, or when to change kung fu into karate. Take that any way you want. So certain strikes with the iron ring, if I'm going to hit the person right here, I want to flip this way. Then I want to pull them. So when I pull them, because they've already bent over, so boom, boom, and when I pull them, I'm going to bring my knee. The closest knee is kung fu. If I want to bring the power knee, which would be karate, boom, boom, boom. Alright, so I done pulled them in, I drew them right into the knee. Now if I drew them into this knee, that would be just as effective, but it also would be closer. So my primary target is like right here, because they're already bent over. So I'm pulling them. So anywhere in here is a primary target. Now if I'm doing it this way, boom, I got to work harder to get this thing over them. But if I'm going to get them over, I'm going to switch hands. And then I'm going to pull into the karate knee versus pull into the kung fu knee. Alright? Now, understand the difference with them is that kung fu is power. Karate is also power. But kung fu is directness, where karate is mostly about power. Tried to word that right, and I didn't. But you get the gist. So, you have to understand how to switch from kung fu to karate. You have to understand when to switch from kung fu to karate. And the thing is, once you figure it out, you'll stick to that method. And the reason why I tell you you're going to stick to that method, because you're going to have to adapt in a fight. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to adapt in a fight, no matter where the fight is. If it's in sport karate, if it's in a tournament karate, if it's in the UFC or any other fighting arena area, including wrestling, you're going to have to adapt. And if you can't adapt, you're going to take a nap. Keep that acronym for yourself, or keep that phrase. If you can't adapt, you're taking a nap. Alright? He who hesitates meditates from the horizontal position. He who strikes first generally gets to strike again. Alright? First contact is a thing. Alright? Not just with aliens. So from this position, when I hit and I flipped, I'm still doing kung fu. The reason being is because this is making it exceptionally simple. Boom, boom, I'm wrapping. Now from this position, boom, I'm working harder. I don't want to do that. So if I'm hitting, I want to get my other hand close enough to where I can wrap it and pull. Now if I want to change to karate because I'm trying to end this quickly, which you can still end quickly with kung fu, but I want to end this quickly. I want to put as much power as I can behind it, but I don't want to do so much power that I hurt myself. So when I hit and flip and pull, I'm going to throw the karate knee. Now, let's say the guy's bigger than that. That's why I had to do that. So let's say the guy's my size. Boom, boom, boom. This knee is closer. So it's more direct. It's a direct contact. Now, the difference is, and sometimes, and not all, in some cases, you can generate more power with karate than you can with kung fu, which is why your ass needs to adapt. All right? So, boom, boom, boom. That's less adaptation. Where boom, 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 that's a whole lot more adaptation. Which why I do that when I could have just used karate, which is like boom, boom, bam. And I know you're looking and you're saying, but you just did the same shit. Say, yes. But with kung fu, it was the closest knee to my opponent. Boom, 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 boom. Now those are exactly the same shit. That's kung fu. Boom, boom, boom. There. Boom, boom, boom. Now, those are exactly the same shit too, but if you look at this video, when you go back and watch it, you will see that when I did the first knee, this is all I did. Boom, boom, boom. That would be the kung fu part. Now, when I did the karate knee, boom, boom, boom. I completely had to alter my stance and my movement, which went from my right leg shifting, my left leg lifting, and combining into the target area. Now, the thing about target zones, you need to know your target zones. You need to know the human body backwards and forwards, but mostly backwards and forwards, because where you hit a person is important. If I'm hitting you in the gut, it's an automatic reflex unless you got like abs of steel that you're gonna bend over. If I hit you in the crotch and you're a man like me, you're going down. So boom, I strike you in the crotch, pull your ass in. It's easy fit. Now the thing is, I've never fought a girl outside of my big sister, and I'm not gonna kick her in the pussy. Score one for Dave Chappelle. I'm not gonna do that shit because that's not what I know. I don't know shit about how to beat a girl that way. I'm not a girl. And plus, Kung Fu ain't got nothing on the windmill. Alright? That's right. Yeah, as you can see, my body is not genetically made to do the windmill. Women seem to have a hinge or something where they can just windmill the shit out of you. I can do it with one hand. I can't do it with both. No, not the way my big sister used to whip my ass with a windmill. Yeah, fuck that shit. It's not gonna happen. Alright? But now, the specifics. Alright, so in Kung Fu, traditional, like Wing Chun and Kung Fu, you're supposed to close on impact. So it's block, strike. And when you strike, your hand closes on impact. Whereas karate, your hands are already closed. So boom. Now, let me be clear. In case there's some martial artist that's going to jump on this thing and start talking about how much bullshit I'm spitting out. First off, depending on who teaches you what, as I just said, there is 10,000 to 20,000 styles of both Kung Fu and karate. Your teachers will teach you what they want you to know. When you get to the teaching level, you will teach your student the same shit that your teacher taught you, which is everything that your teacher taught you, which is everything you know. But your teacher does not teach you everything that they know. So if you get uppity and decide, hey, I'm going to go to my school and I'm going to whoop my teacher's ass. I'm going to go on down to Ching Chong Wong's and go in there and fight Mr. Wong. I'm going to go in there and show Mr. Wong a thing or two. Mr. Wong is going to surprise you. He's going to bait your ass in. And you're going to go for one of those punches that he showed you. And he's going to go boom, 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 boom. And you're going to be like, I didn't get taught that. No, you got taught that shit day one. You just forgot because you wanted to excel. Now, the thing about martial arts is your teacher adapts his lesson to teach you. When you become a teacher, you adapt your lesson to teach them. So that if your student decides to get a raw hair up his hoo-ha, he gets a raw hair up Main Street, he's going to want to try your ass. And that way, when he does attempt to try your ass, you get to level his. Because, one, that's disrespectful. If you're going to your school to beat your teacher's ass, you got no business learning from that person. And two, you probably shouldn't be taking a martial art in the first place. Alright, that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with that shit. But the thing with martial arts in general is that you need to know what works for you. You need to understand how this works for you. Kung Fu works for me. But every now and again, I have to switch up to karate because of the situation that I'm in. And if that's the case for you, then you need to also learn how to switch up to karate because that's the case you're in. Alright? So when I hit here and I go here and I pull, karate would work best if I want to end this fight. So I'm going to switch from Kung Fu to karate. Watch the transition. This is Kung Fu. This is Kung Fu. Now I'm pulling. He's in this hold. He's been hit. Now he's putting pull. So, yeah, if I can get his forehead close enough to my knee, it's going to do some damage. But if I can use this leg and get him to my knee, I put more torque and more power into it, which gives him less of a chance of recovering. And once you can do that, you'll understand how that shit works. Thank you guys for watching. I got to check my battery level and see what my nephew is doing. And then I'll get back with you guys on that. Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Nice try.